Okay, hope y'all are doing well. Just doing a top 10 summer list. Okay, this is in no particular order, and it's not top 10 in the sense of, what I think are best or whatever. It's what I've worn over this summer so far. We're just starting August, so we got about a month left or so, summertime. But I figured I'd throw this out here while it's on my mind. So, first up, we have, and apologize if some of these are discontinued or not available anymore. I know that happens. So, but if you're on the forums or Facebook groups and stuff like that, I'm sure you can find some of these. And most of these are going to range in the mid price, like $50, I'd say. Some of these are a little bit pricier, but not all of them. So this one we've got Tous. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Tous Man Sport. This is sweet tarts, soapy, and a little woodsy. But yeah, the first thing this reminds me of is sweet tarts. So yeah, I mean, if you like that little bit of fruitiness, but it is still clean, very fresh, very good scent, I think. And I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it. There are a couple different ones in the line, but I like this one. Next will be Mercedes-Benz Cologne. All right, nice solid bottle. Comes in. This is a four ounce, so nice big size. I know a lot of people at the time were talking about this, comparing this to the Dior cologne, Jimmy Choo Man Ice. It's all in the same vein, and I did write some notes down here, so that's what I'm looking at. If you catch me looking, so I wrote cool, lemons, crisp, and it has, I don't know, maybe it's just the psychological game in my head, but it seems swift or fast. I like most of these. Again, I pick them for the summer because they are great in the heat, and when you sweat, sometimes fragrances turn a little funky, and they change in the profile. It just doesn't mix well with the heat and the sweat and everything. All of these, at least on my skin, work well. And to let you know, I am in 100-degree weather, in the summers where I live. So it does get quite hot and very humid. As far as like longevity and performance, the heat and everything is gonna screw it all up. So I can't really give you like a few hours. I would say most of these, I'll tell you which ones are gonna be like the beasts, and outside of that, I mean, there's only two or three, but the rest of these are only gonna last a couple hours, especially in the heat. So don't don't be upset if you're looking for just a sillage and longevity monster. Next one, Linen Vetiver. Okay, this one is Banana Republic, and they also make another one that I do have too, called. Let me fix this here. Sorry for the. I don't know what's going on with the focus, but Green Vintage is another one that is very similar. So, well, I'm gonna be out of focus, so sorry about that. But this is what I wrote down was, yeah, high end hotel. Okay, classy. I get a little rose off of this. I'm not sure if you've smelled this before, but might just be my nose. And it's got this kind of soft texture to it. It's very pleasing. And this one surprisingly lasts a while. If you're not sweating like crazy, the sillage, it stays around. So I do enjoy that one. Next up, Hermes Voyage. Oops, that was way too close. You can see it with the reflection. But this is supposed to mimic like a stirrup, right? Because Hermes is all about their horses. But this is the Voyage Voyage Parfum. Okay, they do have the normal Eau de Toilette, and these are kind of cool, right? You can take these out. Man, I just wrote one thing down: vodka tonic. That's what it smells like, just a fresh cocktail, um, and yeah, I like it. I like wearing this one in the evening. A lot of times I'll use it as like a bedtime scent, or maybe if I know I'm not, because this one is very faint. It's a skin scent. Okay, so this is these most um, I shouldn't say most, but this is the skin. This is the one that is the out of all these, it's going to be the skin scent. Okay, so this is intimate settings. You know, wife or spouse, I should say, in general, or partner. You know that you're going to be close to them. This is a good one. This is very inoffensive. Great office scent too. So if you're in a setting that you can't really be wearing fragrances or something strong, cubicle, or you're around a lot of people, maybe in the food industry, right? A lot of people get offended. I know it bugs me when I spray a fragrance on myself and I'm eating and I'm like, man, this kind of sucks because I'm smelling it over my food. So I try and refrain from that. That would be a good one. It's not gonna keep attacking your nose. Next up, we've got Chris Collins. Again, that reflection is not helping anything, but sorry about that, y'all. It's Chris Collins African Rooibos. If you don't know, Rooibos is a tea, okay? And it's cool that you don't really find too many fragrances with this Rooibos note. I smelled this at the Lucky Scent Boutique in LA, and that was it. That's what I needed. Very, very herbal, obviously, tea, right? Mint. Um, I say mint, but Rooibos has this kind of herbal, minty flavor, and this is spot on Rooibos. So if you're a fan of the tea, you like those scents, this is the one to get. Um, Gorgeous scent. Very, very just awesome. Next, and that one will be a little bit pricier. That out of the ones that I've shown so far, the Hermes was a little bit pricier, but not super. This is probably like 125, $150 for 50 ml, so it is a little on the expensive side. This one, this is a tester, so that um, cap is not what it looks like, but it is a Azzaro Chrome Legend, I think is the full. Yeah, Azzaro Chrome Legend. This is mint, heavy on the mint, sparkling, I would say, and it's got this kind of like, how like these days it's all about the ambroxan, or I guess I don't know. That's kind of like the main driver in a lot of sense, or amber woods. This has that '90s DNA that a lot of those '90s, and it is chrome, right? Like the Azzaro collection came out. I want to say mid '90s, the original, but it has that same vibe, same DNA, but very minty, very fresh. Um, Not overpowering on the mint, right? You're not going to smell like toothpaste. It's nice. It's clean. And again, a lot of these I do wear to the gym. Okay, I'll tell you which ones I don't, but that one I like wearing to the gym because it just smells like shower. This is another one. You got to be careful with this one though. This Legend Spirit. Um, this one can get a little bit cloying, and I think it's because it has some sweetness on the back end. So, I vividly remember. So I go door to door occasionally, actually, probably a couple times a week if I can. So I was at just a random person's door, and she was like, well, "What fragrance are you wearing?" I said, "Oh, I'm surprised you can smell it. It's like 100 degrees. I thought it had worn off at the time." And it was this one. So, um, if you're into the compliment, game or whatever you want to call it, this one I've always gotten compliments on. cousin of mine, going through my fragrances, and out of all the ones that I have, he was like, "Man, I really like this one." So, it's a crowd pleaser apparently. But what did I write down for this one? Shower fresh, clean with a hint of sweetness. Okay, so that's how I characterize it. Next up, keeping with the white theme, this one I just recently found out it's been discontinued. I guess I don't know. I think there was a aroma chemical in here that's been banned, so that kind of sucks. But there's so many. I usually combine this one with the parfum. So Hermes Eau Tres Fraiche. My favorite so far is the Vetiver one. That one's on point. I just haven't picked it up yet, but I probably will, considering this one's discontinued, and I'll probably hang on to this one for a while and won't use it as much, and I'll just pick, or the Eau Gingembre. I don't know. I'm terrible at pronouncing French. That one's another nice one too, but I've always liked the Vetiver one. And anyway, back to layering this. I will put on the parfum and then uh, throw like 2 or 3 sprays of this on top of it. And it does tend to extend the life of it a little bit better, makes it a little bit richer. That's just me. Again, parfums are meant to be a little bit more skin scent, so they do stay on your body a little bit more. And the Eau de Toilettes are meant to kind of burn off, and they have higher alcohol content, and that's why that happens. Just a little tidbit if you didn't know that already. That's why. Next one, I made 2 videos on this, so I think I probably already said enough about it. This is my go-to. I probably wear this one. I do wear this one the most out of all of them. One, it's in my car, so I might throw a different one in my car, but this is just so easy. I enjoy it. Most people around me don't even notice it. I can smell it on myself, and it lasts a long time, especially if you're not sweating a bunch. You will have great performance out of it, and yeah, I just can't go wrong. It's aquatic, woodsy, and clean. Very, very clean scent. It Don't overdo it, right? Because it's so strong, you can overspray and it will get cloying. So keep that in mind. And speaking of that, here's another one. This is, and I'm not even saying the name of this. This is, like I said, I made 2 videos on this, but Low Super Mejeure de AC. Okay, so, but, and it's got the iconic Issey Miyake bottle design right there, all that way. So you can't, if you've been into fragrances, you can't miss it. But this is Encelade. Oh, there we go. By Marc Antoine Barrois. I think I'm saying his name right. He's a Spanish fella. And goodness, this one I smelled in Miami. Okay. And it was, I don't know if it was because I was there or whatever, but that one, that was it. I smelled it. It's got this, what did I write? I wrote fruity, green, tropical, not coconut though. It's not a coconut tropical scent, but it is, I've never smelt anything like it. It's a beast. This sucker, you will leave a hardcore scent trail in the heat. Outdoors, you will be smelled 2 or 3 sprays maximum. Also a compliment beast if you're into that. Again, I have multiple people, what are you wearing? What is that? Smells good. Whatever, you know what I mean? Men and women. So, keep that in mind. If you go out, you might not smell it because I forget I have it on sometimes, but people are smelling it on me. So you can go anosmic to it. But that's my top 10. I tried to be quick and not make this super long and overindulgent, but I would love to know what you guys think. If you've tried any of these, if you haven't, if you've never heard of them, if you have questions about them, leave them down below. As always, I'll get back to you, I promise. I love the comments. I love interacting with anyone that is interested in, obviously, what I am interested in as well. Like, comment, and subscribe. See y'all next time. Thanks.